Good evening, I'm David Kramer at the National Weather Service, the Alaska statewide weather. Starting off for the remainder of the day, we have our main low pressure system that is down by the Alaska Peninsula. A lot of warm, moist air coming up from the south associated with this system as the frontal system starts to make its way into parts of mainland Alaska. That warm air is bringing some rain to the southeast part of the state and along the North Gulf Coast, including Kodiak Island. But as we get further inland, we are starting to see that transition over to snow in places in the Susitna Valley and down into the Bristol Bay area. In the Aleutians, still mostly rain out east, but transitioning over to snow as we get further to the west, and the Pribilofs are seeing some snow showers as well. As we get into the YK Delta area, some of that mixture is starting to get mixed in with some freezing rain as well. And as we move further to the east into the Alaska Range, going to see primarily snow out there. Up through the rest of the interior, not a whole lot of activity yet as most of the precipitation remains to the south, but some fog along the North Gulf Coast. Then into tonight, pretty similar conditions along the Gulf Coast, including Kodiak Island and out into the southeast part of the state, except for the very southern parts of the southeast. We are going to see some fog down there, but rain all the way along the North Gulf Coast. Mixing in with snow as we get into the Kenai Peninsula and other areas around the south central, but mixing with freezing rain as we get further off to the west into the YK Delta area and up to eastern parts of the Norton Sound. Other places in the central interior also a chance for some freezing rain. Snow as we get further to the north, continuing into the Brooks Range and some blowing snow areas along to the east. As we move into Tuesday, we are going to see eastern parts of the Arctic coast still remaining in that blowing snow conditions, and western parts of the interior, including much of the Brooks Range and down into the Seward Peninsula, we are going to see snow out there. Blowing snow conditions as we get closer to St. Lawrence Island, then down in the YK Delta, transitioning back over to rain there, becoming all rain as we get closer to Kodiak. Aleutian Island is going to see some rain and snow mix there, and into the south central part of the state as well, going to see rain and snow mix, becoming all rain as we get closer to the northern parts of the Panhandle. That's going to continue with that southerly flow as we move into Wednesday, with rain spreading now all throughout the coastal areas of the Panhandle, trying to make its way further inland. As we move along the North Gulf Coast, going to see a rain-snow mix for the Kenai Peninsula, becoming rain in the south central into the upper parts of the Cook Inlet and the Susitna Valley. Copper River Basin also going to see some snow. Eastern parts of the interior should be pretty dry on Wednesday, but going to see snow widespread from the YK Delta area all the way up the west coast of the state to areas just to the west of Barrow. Down in the Aleutian Islands, snow way out west, but transitioning over to rain as we get closer to the Alaska Peninsula and Kodiak Island. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm David Kramer.